Okay, so we're continuing the CDB number 2 review. This is what the front page looks like. This is the one we're on. We're going to start on number 6. So you guys have the questions in front of you in case it doesn't show up properly there. In the reaction that you're given, I'm not going to read it for you, but it's right there. In this reaction, what is the mole ratio of N2 to NH3? And it needs to be in that order. N2 first and then NH3. We're going to assume that it's balanced. Okay, so you just put the coefficients of N2. So I'm looking at the reaction. It's 1. And NH3, that was the other element, which is right here. Okay, N2, NH3. And that's it. It's a 1 to 2 ratio. You go in the order that they ask you. Okay, they asked for N2 first, that's why I put 1. And then NH3, which was 2, so I put 2 second. But if they asked first, what's the ratio of NH3 to N2, then I would put the NH3 first. Moving on, this is going to be number 7. In the equation, right here, how many moles of oxygen, O2, are produced when 3.00 mole of KClO3? So they want moles. As soon as you see how many moles, you can just draw a T-chart. Sometimes you don't have to even read the rest of the equation. In this case, you don't really have to read because they set everything up for you. Okay? Do you guys remember, or you should have it out already, what goes on the top and the, like, where does the unknown go? How about that? Top or bottom? Anyone? Okay, so that's something you guys want to start memorizing. Unknown will always, always be on the top. Okay, so remember a lot of students were having trouble like, how do I know what's known? How do I know what's unknown? The biggest clue I could give you is whatever's closest to the word how many is going to be your unknown. If it says how many, if somebody asks you how many shoes do you have, how many pets do you have, it's always the unknown. They're asking a question about that. We don't know the answer yet. And then how do you figure out or identify what is your known is generally the one with some type of number attached to it. So wherever it says unknown, how many, that's your unknown. Wherever there's a number attached to it, which is where you start, is going to be your known. Okay, so what numbers do I put here? Do I look at the periodic table or do I look at the equation? What numbers go here? The 3 will go with the oxygen and the 2 will go with KClO3. So the numbers that go in these types of problems are called coefficients. So we don't look at the periodic table, we just look at the equation. Okay, so on your exam, only look at the equation. So let's calculate this. Has anyone got the answer yet? I'm just going to do 3 times 3, which gave me 9, and divide that by 2 because 2 is on the bottom. Any questions on that one? Okay, let's go ahead and look at number 8. It says, when the following equation is balanced, what's the coefficient of H2O? You guys should really like these questions because they're the super easy ones. It's just asking you to balance. So let's balance. You guys should balance this on your own and then check up with me because this is, I think, our 4th or 5th one. So don't just copy it because before you leave today, I want to make sure you can do it by yourself. I'm just going to walk you through it if you had any trouble. 1 calcium, there's 1 there. 2 H's, because there's 2 H's right there. 1 oxygen, 1 oxygen. As I go to this side of the equation, it was a little trickier. There is 1 calcium. However, this OH is in parentheses, so this subscript goes to both of them. That only happens if it's in parentheses. And then you might have asked yourself, well, do I keep it as OH or do I separate it? I separate them because it's not OH on this side. You don't see an OH together here. So go ahead and separate it. So I got 2 oxygens, 2 H's, but I had 2 more H's here, so I got a total of 4 H's. And now I just need a balance. Okay, so... One Ca, 4 H's, 4 H's, 2. So this is now a balanced equation. What is the coefficient for H2O? Hopefully all of you got 2. Okay, that is the correct answer. What is the entire ratio of this problem? You should be able to know this. What's the entire ratio? Yep. 1, 2, 1, 1. This is the ratio. What if it asks me what is the ratio of calcium to H2O? Calcium to H2O. I put a 1 for calcium and a 2 for H2O. If it asks what's the ratio of H2O to Ca, you just flip them around. Number 9. The balanced equation for sodium azide is this one. They just want you to balance. If you get a question like this, you're just going to have to go through them all and balance them. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and skip that one. I'll post the answer though if you guys just want to check your work. Number 10. What is the correct ratio of coefficients? What is the correct ratio of coefficients to balance this chemical equation? Number 10 is a good question. I want you to pay attention to number 10. Okay, because number 10, a lot of students have problems with diagrams and how to pull information out of pictures because it's not words. So it's asking us to balance this funny picture. So I have 3 little ones, and then I have 2 larger ones. I just need to make sure they're equal on both sides. It's not equal, okay? So I need to balance this. So I'm going to put 3 The answer is C.